This video is not for kids. Go do your homework.
Okay, they're finally here. I have Nicki and Isabel Hoffman, the new American Girl historical twin dolls. I have been waiting on this release for what feels like forever, so I am so excited to finally have them in my hands. And we're going to take them out of the box, we're going to look at them up close, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts, opinions, and emotions on both dolls today. So let's go ahead and make this a short intro and just get into it. Okay, so I was really good, and I actually haven't even looked at the dolls yet. I was very careful taking them out of the box and being sure that I covered up the little porthole on the box cover so that I didn't like sneak a peek or anything. So I don't even know if mine have defects or anything, so we're gonna find out together today. So first we'll start with Isabel, because I think according to the story, she is actually the older one of the two. So, if she was born first, I guess we'll review her first. So let me grab the box and I'm gonna take a look at her for the first time. Okay, so you're gonna get the first look at her because I'm a little bit nervous, truth be told, because I know how much these dolls can vary. So, sometimes you might like some better than others. And as you know, many adult collectors actually go physically in the store to look at them in person. And I don't have that option where I live. So I'm kind of, relying on luck of the draw with these. So hopefully I got one that I like. So let's have a look. Okay, I actually think I got a good one. From what I can tell, she is super cute. All right, let me get the box lid off so I can look at her up close. Here's an up close look at the box in case you're interested. You can see we got Isabel, 1999. And I know they're saying these are 90s twins, but I think most of us regard these as 2000s dolls just because, 1999 was basically the tail end of the 90s. And I think these books actually touch on like New Year's Eve, if I remember correctly. So I think of them as Y2K dolls, even though they say 90s. But, I guess we'll leave that up to interpretation. I'm going to take her journal out really quick because this will end up falling on the ground if I try and hold the doll up with this in the box. But I'm going to look here really quickly. We might actually do a second video going through the journals and like taking a really deep dive into each doll. But just at quick glance, there's actually a lot of content in here. Again, I don't have a lot of newer American Girl dolls, and actually I think other than the 35th anniversary dolls, these are my first dolls that I've bought directly from American Girl. If you didn't know already, I mainly collect vintage Pleasant Company, but I'm so excited about these dolls for many reasons, so I really had to get them, and I wanted to share an unboxing on the channel with you guys, so I'm really, really excited. So yeah, it looks like there's actually a lot of content in this journal. It seems like it might be as much as like a chapter style book, so if you're really interested in the stories and getting more information on the dolls, I'm going to imagine there's a lot of information in here, but I haven't read these yet, obviously, because I just took them out of the box, but I probably will read them either later tonight or tomorrow, and we might do a deeper dive into the actual book and maybe just more into the story about the characters. But for now, I really kind of just want to focus on the dolls because I'm really excited because I love dolls so much. So anyway, I'm letting you guys see her a little bit more than I'm actually even getting to experience her. So yeah, first impressions, I really do like this doll a lot. This is my first time seeing a Joss mold in person before because, again, I haven't seen that many variations on the molds because I mainly only collect stuff before like 1994. So there's not a whole lot that I've seen outside of like classic mold and Addie, but this is a really great mold. This is very American Girl looking to me still. So I think she is super cute. I absolutely love her outfit. This is one of my favorite colors, this like lilac color right here. I think it's such a beautiful color. So I'm really glad that they went with kind of a bright color with these, because I think historically a lot of these dolls had more muted color palettes. Like when you think about the original dolls, it wasn't until like Addie when they started adding some brighter color into the collection. And I know it's been years and years since those dolls were released, but I really do like the addition of color that they've added to these dolls, especially for children, because I just think it makes it a little bit more happy to play with. I'm so scared to actually take her out of the box because I always feel like I'm going to screw this up because I love trying to leave the boxes intact as much as possible, but I know they can't live in here forever. So I'm going to try and be really careful and see if I can get them out without creating any shine marks or screwing up the packaging too much. So let's go ahead and get her out of the box and have a look at her. Interestingly enough, I don't think they've actually changed the packaging method for these dolls terribly much over the years, which is good. It's interesting because I actually opened my first Barbie doll the other day, and I was so surprised at how difficult it was to get her out of the box. So I have like a newfound appreciation for how these dolls are packaged, because as a general rule, they arrive, oh, their hands aren't strapped in. I was thinking their hands were strapped in. So this is further proving my point that I really do actually appreciate the way that these are packaged. It's super easy to get them out of the box. One thing I am going to have to do that I don't like doing is cutting these, I forget what they're called, but they're the little plastic straps that are around her ankles. So I'll just snip these really quick without snipping her socks. I think it's going to be impossible to get her like out of this box with these humongous platform shoes on. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut those to get her out. But I think she might be ready to come out. Oh no, they're strapped in at the waist. Is that a newer thing for American Girl? I know that originally, like the white body dolls and early 90s Pleasant Company dolls were strapped in at the waist as well with like a rubber band. But I was thinking my 35th anniversary one wasn't like I think I got the 35th anniversary Molly and Samantha, so I don't believe that they were strapped in at the waist. But again, that's a really boring detail. So let me put this down actually. So now that I have her in my hands, I really do love her. She is so cute, and I think they hit it out of the park with this outfit. It is so freaking adorable, and it really does give me 90s vibes still. You know, I don't think we had as much of this like pastel stuff in the 90s, but I think as the like early 2000s came around, I think we were starting to see more colors like this. I think of the 90s as very muted and angsty colors. So but I guess at the end of the day, these are children. I think they're supposed to be like 9 years old in the story. So this makes sense for a child this age, I would say. I am absolutely obsessed with these shoes. We'll talk about them a little bit more in a minute, but this is like the first thing I notice about her outfit because they're so different for an American Girl doll, but they are really cool. All right, I guess the next thing I have to do is take her hairnet off. And I feel like this is such an important moment for a new doll. Everyone loves taking the hairnet off, and you only get to do it once. So I don't want to screw it up, but let's get close to the camera so you can share this moment with me because it's so exciting. I mean, cut to me like ripping her wig off. I get so rough with these dolls sometimes because I rehab old ones, so I'm used to kind of just throwing them around and like yanking on wigs and stuff, but I'm trying to be extra careful. All right, this is on tight, but her hair looks like it's in decent shape, so we'll see, but here we go. All right, got it off the top. All right, Pantene commercial. Yeah, okay, there we go. That actually looks pretty good. Her hair's shorter than I was thinking it would be, but you know what? I actually think it's a really great length. I don't know why I was thinking her hair was longer, but I guess in the review, my reaction video, I remember talking about it being just past shoulder length. So I don't know why I started thinking it was longer, but I'm trying to like, you know, get a feel for it because everybody wants to know like what does the hair feel like on these dolls. And like I said, so many of the dolls I have in my collection are vintage, so I'm not used to having hair that's like this new and shiny. So right off the bat, I obviously want to say like the hair looks really great just because it doesn't look like a dry clump on the top of her head. Overall, I think the wig is very good. I like the color of it. It's got a lot of different colors in it, so it's not just one solid color of Kanekalon. It's actually got some highlights in here, some lowlights. Oh yeah, actually, if you look underneath the top of her wig cap here, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see this. It actually looks like she's got some darker hairs underneath. I'm totally messing her hair up and she's a brand new doll, but it looks like her lighter layers are maybe more on top. And then she's got some darker layers underneath. And again, that seems very 2000s, late 90s to me, this kind of hair. So I think that they got this spot on. But yeah, as I'm going through here with her wig, all in all, like I said, I'm not a great judge of a new doll's wig just because any new doll wig is going to look nicer than most of the dolls that I get when I buy vintage dolls. But I have to say, I really do like it. And it does feel like it has like a slight texture to it. But all in all, yeah, I really like her wig. All right, yeah, I'm gonna just try and fix her hair up a little bit more because I obviously like teased it really badly trying to show all the layers and everything. But yeah, I really feel like this is a good wig. I am happy with the one I got. I remember one of the comments that people made when they were doing reviews on the dolls based on either leaked photos or just the product photos on the American Girl website, that they were saying that their eyebrow shape and placement kind of made them look like they were angry. But I really don't get that vibe from this doll. I think that might have just been a prototype issue, like with the photos. But looking at her in person, I think she looks happy. Like, I think that she has a really nice expression on her face. I don't think she looks mean at all. Again, I'm trying to look closely at her eyes as well. That was one of the things too that people were talking about. I think a lot of people were kind of on the fence whether they liked the bright green eyes. And like I've said before a million times, I collect all the older dolls, and most of those ones from like 1986 and even like the early like Felicities have really crazy looking eyes. You know, they're not very soft, sweet eyes. Many of them, I don't know if they're in frame, but I've got some dolls that look straight up psycho. So to me, these eyes don't look particularly extra vibrant or laser-like or alien-like. I think they look really good. So yeah, I have no issue at all with this doll's eye color. I think it's the perfect choice for this doll's hair color and her outfit. I think this green looks really great with the lilac color, so I think this was the perfect eye color for her. I'm gonna quickly have a look just to see how she compares with my Felicity doll, because she's right there, and a lot of people were curious like how these eyes compare. Interestingly enough, I can tell actually that her eyes are actually brighter than the original Felicities. I have a first edition Felicity, so she is going to be one from 1991 from the very first run, and her eyes are actually a little bit darker than Isabel's. So if you don't like the first edition Felicity eyes, I would say that you probably won't like these as much because they are brighter. And interestingly, her irises are bigger. Again, I don't have a lot of current American Girl dolls, so that's something that looks a little new to me too. You don't see as much whites of her eyes. But yeah, as I'm sitting here looking at her, I really, really like her face. I think this doll has a really nice look to her. So I don't know if I lucked out and got a really good one or if this is what most of them look like, but I'm very, very happy with her. Before filming this video, a couple days ago, I actually put a post in my community tab on my YouTube channel asking what things people wanted me to have a look at and maybe review and talk about in this video. And I got a lot of questions about how these dolls compare to earlier Pleasant Company dolls because that's my expertise. Again, first impressions, I think she looks really good in terms of quality. Now, as we sit and go through, maybe we can find some nitpicks, but really the first and main thing that I noticed that's different is that the vinyl is a lot harder, but that's old news. I feel like they've been doing this for decades now with this harder vinyl, and I don't even think that's an issue of quality. It's just something that's different, and I can actually see how harder vinyl would be considered actually a higher quality doll. So as I hold her, she feels weighty. She feels like a high quality doll, certainly not like something you would buy at Target or Walmart. I definitely think that the price point on these dolls definitely is justified by the quality of them. I've been asked also about like their the size of their bodies, because a lot of people are talking about how they're really skinny compared to older dolls. To me, I was expecting a doll that was like rail thin, and I guess overall she maybe is a little bit skinnier, but it's not to the degree I feel like people were making it out to be. I don't really feel like she's insanely skinny. Again, I'm not sure why American Girl did that because I don't know that it would save them much money in terms of production, but what it does do is it makes it potentially difficult for the older dolls to wear the newer outfits. So that's something that I would maybe want to try later on. I don't really like swapping clothes with my new dolls and my vintage dolls because I don't like cross-contaminating them. Sorry, I know a lot of people wanted to see how older clothes fit on these dolls, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get her dirty. But yeah, overall, I do feel like the quality on this doll is really, really great. And the clothes, I would say, I think a lot of the clothing on the earlier Pleasant Company dolls was like maybe thicker fabrics and stuff. But in terms of like the amount of pieces she has on, like I know this is a single piece. This is something that's been talked about a lot, that this vest actually isn't a separate piece from the shirt, which, it would have been great to have a two-piece top, but it's not that big of a deal because these look so good together. But overall, I think the quality of the clothes and the number of pieces you get with this doll is still really good. It's not like she just came in like a tunic and slippers. I think they really put a lot of thought and effort into the actual clothing that she came in. And I really do like this outfit. I don't want to nitpick about like, is this a true 1999 outfit or not? I know that that's really, really important to a lot of people, but to me overall, I look at her and it feels like late 90s, late 90s and early 2000s, and I'm really, really happy with her overall aesthetic. So yeah, I think the quality of this doll is actually really great. If you're somebody that collects the older dolls and are worried that these aren't going to stack up in terms of quality and like keepsake feel, I think I'm here to kind of ease your mind about that. This does still feel like a true American Girl doll to me. I really kind of can't get over the shoes on this doll. To me, that's sort of like the highlight of her outfit because I feel like this is so unique for an American Girl doll. And these really do look like 2000 shoes to me. I can't get over how much I like these shoes. This is almost like worth the purchase of the doll alone. And again, her socks are good quality and I think they're the perfect length. I don't think I'm going to fully undress her again because I don't know if I'm going to be getting some of the other outfits for her, and I probably will keep her in her meet outfit forever. So I probably won't undress her because I like knowing that she's got like her original factory outfit on. But from what I can tell, again, the quality of the doll is really great. Her limbs are tight, no issues with quality whatsoever. I am very happy with her. I'll give you one more up close look at her just so you can have a look at the particular doll I got. This might be helpful in deciding whether you want her or not, because I know the face is such an important part about picking out a doll. Let me hop out of frame. Yeah, super adorable. Mine has symmetrical eyes, which I'm thrilled about. I was a little bit nervous based on a lot of the reviews I'd heard from other people that she might have one super squinty eye. And we still have to open Nikki and see if she has that issue or not. But again, looking at her, I think her eyes look great in terms of shape. And also something that's new for me with American Girl dolls is she has the printed eyelashes. Again, this is sort of a newer thing that they started doing in the last couple years, I think, maybe even in the last year. And again, they're kind of controversial, but would I say that it's my favorite thing in the world? I'm going to say probably not, with the main reason being that they already have real eyelashes. Oh, actually, they're a little bit softer than I remember them, but because they have real eyelashes, it doesn't make sense to me that they have real ones and then also printed like upper and lower eyelashes on the doll as well. To me, that's kind of redundant, especially like doing it in different ways. So I don't know that they will continue to do this forever, but it really doesn't actually bother me that much because I like collecting all the variations of things. When you look at my collection, I have a lot of duplicates of things just because things change so subtly over the years. And that's one of the things that I've loved about collecting Pleasant Company and American Girl dolls is all of the changes they made over the years. I think it's so interesting to watch a company evolve. So to me, I'm not like a super hater about the printed eyelashes. I don't think they'll do them forever. And I think this might be a period in time where they do this, and it's something that we will look back on as a phase that they went through with the company. So I think it's fun. I'm not really mad about it. Like I said, if I was a designer on the team at American Girl, I would probably advocate for taking them off or coming up with a new solution for their main eyelashes. But again, yeah, it just doesn't bother me that much. I still really like the way she looks. I am curious to see. I know people will start taking acetone to take their eyelashes off. So I am really curious to see how she looks without them. But yeah, mine's going to keep them because I want to keep her original. All right, let's open her accessories because I've been talking long enough about the doll. I really want to see that beret. I still haven't seen Nikki yet, and I'm getting kind of excited now. I really want to have a look at her and see if she's as cute as Isabel is. I'll show you the box really quick before I take them out. But it's your standard American Girl box. We've got sort of a chipboard box with the photo from the website on the front. All right, let's have a look at what's in here. I'm actually really excited about the accessories. I think these accessories for these dolls were a big part of why I liked them. So there was no way I was going to get these dolls without their accessories. All right, on top is the beret. This is a thing I've been dying to see because I love doll berets thanks to Molly McIntyre. And yeah, this is constructed really similar to Molly's beret, which is so exciting because my Molly's going to be wearing this from time to time. But very, very good quality. This is how I remember the good version of Molly's beret. It's the thick, like woolly, felty kind of material. This is a very high quality doll beret. I'm very happy with this. I can see here she's got the pins on here, and I heard that they were attached. Yeah, so her pins on the front, which are, I guess, Free Willy, and it says kindness counts, which is so cute. You can see here, yeah, she's got these pins here and they're actually attached, like they're sewn in. But again, not really that big of a deal. If you don't like them, you can just put the beret on backwards and they'll be hidden. I really love the color of this though. It's sort of like an eggplant color with maybe like a hit of fuchsia or magenta. It's a really, really pretty color. It complements her outfit super well. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on her head because I really wanna see her in it. I'm gonna see if I can do this standing up actually. I have to give her a hug, hold her like a little baby. I don't know what this looks like on camera. Sorry if this looks crazy. How'd I do? All right, let me see if I can fix this. Okay, this is on here tight, which is good ultimately because it's not gonna fall off, but This was hard to do standing up with only 2 hands. All right, it has come to my attention that I'm not good at putting berets on doll heads. All right, give me 1 second. I'll try and like do it a little bit better. Okay, I didn't do a super good job putting a beret on, but this will give you kind of an idea of what it looks like. Again, I think this is a necessity. If you're going to get these dolls, I really think this beret really offsets this look. It just adds that like deeper color to the top of her, and it kind of grounds all of the pastel colors that are on her outfit. So yeah, I really would recommend getting the accessory set if you like this beret. It was a little on the expensive side, but I do think the beret is worth it. But yeah, I'm absolutely terrible at dressing dolls and it takes me forever. So I don't want this video to be like 3 hours long just trying to put this thing on her head. But I'm about to break a sweat trying to do it and I don't want to look sticky for the rest of the video. All right, what else do we have in this accessory set here? Oh yeah, these glasses. These are so cool because again, these are a very like 90s, 2000s thing, is to have these sunglasses with tinted lenses in them. And these are, again, they're kind of like a pinky lilac color too, so they're going to match her outfit, which I love. Like I said, this is one of my favorite colors, so I am so happy to have this be a staple in my doll wardrobe. One thing I will say, if we're talking about quality in terms of what it's like now versus back in the day, one thing that they have really, really improved upon is the way these dolls are packed, or like their accessories are packaged, because most of the stuff you get from like the 80s and early 90s with Pleasant Company was just basically put in a gift box kind of loose and they would rattle around and stuff. But this stuff is actually really well protected. So I feel like everything I'm getting is in really great shape. Nothing's gotten damaged during shipping. All right, let's put our glasses on. As usual, the wig cap always gets in the way of this, but that's normal for any doll, not just this doll in particular. Oh my god, these dolls are so cool. I don't know why, like I almost had a hesitation buying them in the first place because I was like, oh, am I going to enjoy having a new doll because I mainly collect vintage stuff? But seeing these in person has like reignited my excitement for them. The accessories on these are just so cool. I really, really like all these extra details that they've added. Again, just the layering here, these high shoes, the glasses, the beret. This is just such a high quality doll and is making me appreciate what a good job American Girl does with their product line. No one's ever been able to top their quality, and I'm really, really proud of them for being able to release dolls that are still such good quality in a time where it is really, really hard to make your margins right, to make a company thrive. It's harder than ever to be in product manufacturing right now, and the fact that they're able to release dolls of this quality without raising the price insanely is truly commendable. I have to say, I'm really excited that they were still able to keep these dolls at a $115 price point, because the way things have been going, I expected these things to be like $125, $150 without the accessories. So I am really, really happy with the quality and detail for the amount of money that these dolls cost. I really love this doll. I don't even want to put her down. Like, I've been setting her down to open up this box, but it's so rare for me to have a doll that's clean that I can actually hold like this. So this is kind of a special moment for me. I kind of like holding her. All right, what else do we have in here? Oh yeah, another really awesome accessory. Again, I think of this as more of a 2000s look, but she's got this choker necklace in here. I'm going to take it out of the bag. Oh, cool. This is actually elastic. I wasn't sure how this was actually constructed, but it's just clear plastic flower beads on a piece of elastic with a... Oh, they've changed the clasp since the last dolls that I've been collecting. This is such a nicer way of doing a clasp on a necklace, because I struggle so much with the tiny little pieces on some of these dolls sometimes. So this looks like it's actually going to be easy to put on. So let me try it real quick. All right, again, I don't have a table. I complain about it all the time, but I will soon have a new setup and things will be a little bit less chaotic with me unboxing things. But let's see how easy this truly is to put on. See if I like snap it and have a full showgirls moment with the beads all over the floor. Oh my god, this poor doll. I'm about to drop her. Okay, yeah, that's awesome that I was able to do that. However awkwardly, I did manage to do this with 2 hands standing up. So there's her choker. I'm trying not to choke her. Yeah, I just love all the details on this doll. This is so cool. And we have her backpack. I think this is another really cool accessory. I think this looks a little more 2000s than 90s if we're honest, but again, I'm not really going to be that picky about like, oh, it's $19.99, she can't have this. I think this is more about a vibe and a feeling for me. So I'm not really going to be super persnickety about what year, she would have actually worn this. I think this is super cute. All right, I got that on. Let's have a look here. Her wig is like super thick. So I'm very happy with this doll's hair. You can see super duper cute. I actually love that this is just a tiny bit darker than her vest. So it does pop, but it's not like an insanely different color that makes her whole outfit just be completely random and chaotic. I think this looks really good. Even though I will never see it because it's going to be hidden on her back. But still cool to know it's there. I love it. All right, I'm going to set her down because I'm taking my sweet time doing this, and I probably need to shake a leg so that we can get through all of this. So actually, I'm not even going to take this out of the bag because I don't know that I'm going to use this, but this looks like a sticker pack for her little mini journal. If you want to have a quick look here, that's what they look like. And it looks like there are a couple sheets in there, but this, you know, because I'm an adult, this doll is for me. I probably won't open this or use this, but it would be really fun for a kid who wants to customize this journal. And looking in here, it says, this journal belongs to Isabel Jane Hoffman. So her middle name is Jane, which I like. Then we got a few pages in here. I might actually do a separate video doing like an in-depth look at each of these dolls and give them each their own video. Because, oh, actually, there's only a few pages in here. But again, we'll probably look at this later if we want to look at it in depth. And so, yeah, if you're interested in seeing even more information about these dolls and sort of doing a deeper dive into the references behind their outfits and their stories, let me know in the comments if you want to see more of them, because I'll make more videos about them, because I really do. I was going to say really do like them. I haven't even looked at Nicki yet. So let me go ahead and have one last look at Isabel so we can set her aside and then have a look at Nicki. So here she is. Again, I really don't have anything negative to say about them. I'm sure if I sat and nitpicked forever, I could be like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. But it's so hard to say anything bad about a doll this beautiful when you've been waiting on her for this long and you finally have her in person. And she really has lived up to my expectations. So yeah, I think she's going to be living here for quite a long time, if not forever. So yeah, I really do love her. And I wonder if I'm going to love Nicki as much, but let's find out. Okay, again, I haven't laid eyes on this doll, so you're going to get to see her before I am. And hopefully this is the right doll. I'm assuming that they put the right thing in here. Here she is. Take a good look. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I think I got two dolls with two symmetrical eyes, so I'm really, really happy that none of them, or neither of them, look like this. Because I saw a couple that did, and I'm really, really happy. I'll have to get her out of the box to be totally sure, but I think her eyes look good. That was my biggest concern about getting them. So I can kind of breathe a sigh of relief now that she's going to be cute. So let me take the box lid off. Well, I'll show you again. We'll have a look at her box, since some of you may just be watching this because you don't actually want to buy them, but you want to experience them. So this is what their boxes look like. And again, same size boxes they've had basically since the beginning of the company. So this is a very familiar feel to me. All right, let's get the lid off. All right, let's look at her up close. Again, I'm like sitting here squinting at her like this, like I can't see. I can see her totally fine. I think I might just be performing for the camera. But yeah, again, I think I got another really pretty doll. So I am so excited that my first impression of her is that I really do like her. I feel like she has a soft, sweet expression. That was another thing that I was a little bit nervous about based on what people were saying based on the product photos. But looking at her now, she looks like a happy doll, which makes me happy. This is so cute how they've actually tied this around her waist for like her meet outfit. Like it actually comes tied around like this. I think that's so cute that they did it like that. But yeah, again, my first impressions with this, it's Joss, right? Yeah, the Joss mold. This is my first time seeing it in person, and it's a beautiful face mold. And it looks like an American Girl doll to me. It doesn't look like a different doll company or anything. So I'm very, very happy about that. All right, we'll cut those. All right, I'm gonna try not to cut her shirt. Oh my God, I'm gonna end up stabbing her and I'm gonna be so sad. All right, let's have an up close look at her. Oh, let's get these arm casts off her. Oh, this is interesting. They actually put protectors, these little foam protectors. They put them underneath her sleeve right here, which makes me wonder if they're concerned about color transfer onto the vinyl from the shirt. So that's probably something I would look out for if you get this doll. That is likely why they did that. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on her to make sure that there's no dye transfer onto her vinyl from this shirt. Again, they probably just did that because this is a darker color and they didn't know how long this doll was going to sit on the shelves. And gosh, yeah, I really like this outfit too. Oh my gosh. I think these have such a cool look. I love this like spaghetti strap dress that they put on her. Okay, time to take the, I was going to say wig cap. We're going to take her hairnet off. I'm going to get up close so you can see, and I'll duck out of the camera so you don't see me making crazy faces while I'm trying to do this. Oh yeah. Okay. This doll as well has really, really great hair. I'm so not used to seeing hair this soft on a doll. Again, I've said it a million times. Vintage dolls do not have hair this nice. And this is such a treat to have fresh, good smelling, clean hair on a doll. I know that's like not a novel thing to most people watching this channel, but this is truly a treat to have hair like this. First impression, I really love the blonde streaks that they put at the front of her hair. Again, very late 90s, early 2000s. I can't imagine that I would like her hair nearly as much if it was just a solid color. I mean, she's still cute, obviously, but I think this is going to be kind of fun to play with. I saw a picture, was it on her book maybe, where they have her in pigtails and then they just have the blonde pieces at the front. I'm going to try and recreate that look for her because I really, really liked it. And I just think that was a great addition to her wig. And just looking here, her hair is actually a little bit lighter than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be more of a darker brown, but it's kind of a reddish brown. It's definitely got some like auburn undertones, and I think it looks really, really good. It goes so well with the purples and lilacs that they chose to use in this collection. I think this is a really great choice of hair color for her. Again, looking at her face, I would say overall, yeah, I don't see any issues at all. Again, I don't know how common it is to have issues with the printing or eye asymmetry or eyebrows looking funky, but yeah, I would have to say this doll earns my seal of approval in terms of quality. But yeah, looking at it, everything looks crisp and clear where it's supposed to be. She has a sweet expression on her face, and I just absolutely adore her. Wouldn't that have been funny if her eye popped out when I did that? Okay, anyway, yeah, again, first impressions, I really love this doll. I have to say, I'm thought I was gonna like this doll like a million times more than Isabel. It was like gonna be no contest. But seeing both of them, again, I love her, but I maybe we'll get her accessories on before I make the call, but I am really, really feeling the Isabel doll. It's probably the color palette with her and those glasses and the beret, but I want to get her accessories on before I make the call because, again, I really love this doll and identify with her story, but it would have been a really hard decision had I seen them in person. If I was only going to get one, I don't know if I would have been able to make up my mind. So I'm really glad I got both. And oh, she is just so freaking cute. I honestly, I have to say, I'm a little bit taken aback because I wasn't expecting to like them as much as I did. I mean, part of the reason, truthfully, like that I got them is I wanted to open them up and have this experience on the YouTube channel. But I think it's more than that for me, honestly. Like, I really love them more than I thought I was going to because I think so many times I can get it in my head that these dolls are not going to be what the brand used to be. But it's so fun to experience them through a new lens. And, I kind of feel like a kid again, getting something brand new. They were always mine. They didn't come from a thrift store or had to have like major restoration done. So I just looking at them, I think that they are so precious. And I'm really glad they didn't use classic mold on these dolls because I have so many of the classic face molds. So this is a new experience for me. And I really, actually, I think I'm gonna enjoy these dolls more than I even thought I would. So I am really looking forward to maybe getting some more outfits for them or customizing some outfits for them. I kind of had that in the back of my mind when I bought them, that I really kind of wanted to make like some band t-shirts for Nicki because her story, she likes I think they worded it like alternative rock or whatever, but I really want to make her t-shirts for like, Hole and Letters to Cleo, a lot of those bands that I really loved around this time. So I think that would be a really fun thing to do. So I do think that not only kids would get a lot of play value out of this, but I think I'm going to get a lot of play value out of it too, because I feel like I've said this a million times, but I really, really love them. And look at that hair flip. I mean, oh my God, these dolls really do have great hair. To me, there's no substitute for having a wigged hair on a doll. Like rooted hair just doesn't come anywhere close to what wigged hair looks like. And I just think the wigs on these dolls are really, really great. I think I remember hearing some complaints about, this was probably a few years ago, about the thinness of some of the American Girl doll wigs, but these wigs feel thick to me. I would consider this a thick wig, and I think it's certainly got enough fibers in here to style the hair any way you want. And just running my hands through it, it has a really, really great feel. Again, Kanekalon hair is such a good material to use for doll wigs, and I'm really, really happy with the quality of her wig. I haven't even talked about the rest of her. I keep going on about her wig. Again, Really, really love how they did this. But yeah, doesn't she look so, so good? One thing I think a lot of people were interested to know, if you haven't found out already, is if this t-shirt is a separate piece from the dress. And yes, it is. I can see here that you can see the bottom of the t-shirt. So this means that we've got one, two, three. Well, as far as her top, if you include her underwear, she's got like 4 pieces, which I think is still really good. This feels like a complete accessorized outfit. So it isn't like some other dolls where you get them and you feel like they just have like one simple little dress on and, you know, they look kind of incomplete almost. I cannot keep my fingers out of this doll's hair. I have to say that extra little length that they gave her over Isabel really makes a difference in terms of how it feels to like run your hands through it and style it. I think I'm gonna have a lot more fun with her hair than with Isabel's hair. So yeah, that's something I would like to like call attention to. If you are really into hair play with these dolls and you're not sure which of the two you want to get, I would say go for Nicki, because I do think that I like her hair better. I think her wig is a little bit fuller and it's longer, so you can just do more things with it. So is this like making her blink like weird? Sorry, I love this doll on Smack. But yeah, again, really tight limbs. The vinyl is firm, but we all know this by now. But I'm happy with how posable she is. Yeah, this is good. This outfit I think is actually going to be a lot of fun in terms of separates as well, again, because you can probably take this off and put it on her, and I probably will do that. I can be kind of precious about keeping things new, but I really do think I want to make some outfits for this doll, so this will end up coming off. And you know what, let's go ahead and take it off now. I know you want to see it. So here's what she looks like without the shirt tied around her waist, and again, I think this looks really cute, and actually I would say I think I like her better without the shirt tied around her waist. Again, that's such a 90s kind of thing to do, is to tie a flannel shirt around your waist, but I do think she looks a little bit cuter without it. I like the way her like silhouette looks without it. Her socks and shoes are really nice too. I have to say the quality of these shoes is really, really good. It's got like rubber soles on the bottoms, and I don't know shoe anatomy, but the top parts are sort of like I guess they're like a vinyl material. They're not like plastic or anything. But yeah, these are good quality shoes, and they don't actually lace up and need to be tied, which is great because tying doll shoes is really, really difficult. So I appreciate that they actually have elastics on here. So these shoes will be easy to take off and put on. And I love these socks too. They have a really nice detail with this stripe around the top up here. I think that looks really good. I love that. Oh, if you want to know nitpicks, this is one thing that I think is kind of weird that I don't love so much, is the tags that they put on these outfits, these like clear acrylic, you know, tags that they put so visibly on all the dolls. That's not really my favorite thing in the world. I don't know that that's something that I really appreciate. I think it's like I don't know, I just feel like it sort of screws up the flow of an outfit. So this is not my favorite thing in the world, but again, not a big deal. I was gonna compare her eyes to a Kirsten doll, but I actually don't have a Kirsten that's new enough to have comparable eyes to her, because most of the early Kirsten eyes, I don't know if you can see mine in frame, they're a lot lighter, and they actually have more of a, I mean, again, these are white body dolls from 1986, so they're like the oldest of the old Kirstens, but you can see even then they had some variations, but they tend to be more of like an aqua or turquoise blue and are a lot lighter, whereas these are a bit deeper of a blue color. But I would say that's probably ultimately a good choice, because again, if people are complaining about the eyes of dolls like looking really psychotic looking, darkening them like this actually kind of helps subdue their face a little bit. So I think that was probably a good choice to make her eyes not look super bright blue. One thing you can see if you look really close up on her, it's her left eye, you can see that the printing doesn't go all the way into the eye. Hang on, can we see that super well? That is a super nitpick that some people complain about. It's not a big deal to me because I don't like get up close with these dolls, but that is probably, if there's any one issue that I had with these two dolls, it's that her eyelashes on the bottom on her left eye don't wrap all the way into the eye socket, and you can kind of almost see like a water line on her eye. But again, not really a big deal. That's not enough for me to complain or return or exchange her over. I really feel fortunate that I got one with a really, really cute face. I honestly, I can't get over how much I like the actual dolls. I thought it was going to be more about their collection and the nostalgia for that era. And I have to say, I feel like I've said this 100 times already, but I am really, really happy with how these dolls look. There's like no question in my mind whether I'm going to keep them or not, which is great because, you know, I feel like American Girl is starting to really hit a new stride with the stuff that they're making. I think that they understand that there are a lot of people like my age and even older and, you know, people in their 20s are collecting and playing with dolls, and I think that they understand that that's an important part of their demographic, and I think they're really trying to speak to us through dolls like this. So I really do appreciate that. It feels like these dolls were made obviously with children in mind first, but I think that they know that there were going to be a lot of adults like me that really wanted to get these and kind of re-experience our childhood, not only through having a doll, but having them be from an era that we actually remember. So these dolls really feel special to me, and I'm really, really happy that I ended up getting them. But anyway, I've been blabbing on about this doll for like 1,000 hours. So let's go ahead and get her accessories out of the box so we can see what she actually looks like with her full set of accessories. Oh my God, this hair though. Isn't that awesome? Love. Really quickly, again, she came with the journal style book and not like a Meet Nicki book. But I think this is probably a lot easier for kids to read and digest, just sort of kind of get a feel for what their doll is like. And if they want to read more of an in-depth story, I think they will probably release books later on for these dolls. So they did do the S symbol that I was talking about in my reaction video. I am so happy to see this make its way into this collection, because I thought for a second that they weren't going to put it in there. And this, if you had a notebook and you were alive in the 90s or early 2000s, you have drawn this symbol approximately 5,367 times. It's so cool. All right, I don't even need to look at the rest of this. I'm happy that that was in there. All right, I had to take a quick break because my phone ran out of memory, but I'm back. All right, so we left off with Nicki's accessories. So here's a quick look at the box before I tear into it. These, I think, are really going to help offset that outfit as well, because, you know, at least maybe like a tiny bit plain once you take this shirt off, but I think these are really going to kind of help bring everything together. So yeah, here's a quick look at the box, just in case you want to see. Again, just the same image from the website, basically what you'd expect, but all right, let's have a look in here. Oh yeah, so first up is this hat, which I think is going to be a really important part of her outfit, because they've kind of like framed her as sort of like this tomboy, and I think this is like such an important part of sort of making that dress like look a little bit more I say boyish, I don't like using language like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. This hat kind of helps tone down the dress a little bit. I think this is a really good addition for her outfit. So first we'll put it on front ways just to kind of see what it looks like, but something tells me I'm not going to be a big fan of this being on like facing forward. Actually, it's kind of cute. It's not too bad, but I can just tell that this is not exactly how this this isn't exactly how she would wear this hat. It just looks a little bit, I don't know, soccer mom going to Starbucks maybe. So yeah, let's put it on backwards. Oh, what's one really cool thing about it is they actually have like the American Girl Today logo on here, which, you know, they introduced in 1995, which is kind of funny, like having an American Girl doll wearing the American Girl logo on her clothes. Like, are we going to rip open a wormhole in space and time because of this? We shall see. All right, let's put your cap on backwards because I think you're gonna look way cooler. Oh yeah, that is so much better. This suits the character, and I don't know if any of y'all remember Nickelodeon in the 90s, but do y'all remember Alex Mack? Because she looks like Alex Mack, and honestly, I think if, you know, I don't rename dolls, but if you're somebody that has the other Nicki and Isabel dolls from earlier on in the American Girl line, I feel like Alex would be a really good name for her. I don't know if they already have an American Girl named Alex, but if I were going to give her another name, I think Alex would be perfect for her. I really love this backwards cap on her though. The light blue is kind of an interesting choice. I'm curious why they went with that, because it doesn't go with a whole lot. I guess this is sort of like a brighter navy than I was anticipating it being. It's actually a really pretty color. So I guess that light blue kind of goes with that. So yeah, I'm not overall too mad about that color. It's just, I feel like I was expecting something to be either like a black hat or maybe lavender. No, that'd be stupid. But yeah, the blue on this hat is a little bit different. I think it kind of helps give some differentiation between her and Isabel, so they don't just look like they're trying to completely coordinate. This kind of does give her a little bit of her own personality. I keep whacking this doll in the head. I don't know why I'm so intent on hitting her over the head like 100 times today. That's very weird. Again, these pins are sewed on, but again, that's probably like a safety issue with children, like having sharp pins. Although they used to do it in the 90s. I remember Felicity's birthday outfit came with like actual pins. I can imagine how many pricked fingers were resulted in that. I hope this wig is wefted in well, because I cannot keep my hands out of this hair. All right, Alex Mack, let's see what else you got in this box. And here we have her bag. It's actually really interesting how American Girl tries to sort of fit the same format for a lot of their meat accessories. Because back in the day, again, Molly had her bag, she had her hat. I guess she had glasses, but they didn't all have glasses. But they have kind of some of this similar accessories that they have been since the beginning, which I think is a really fun way to kind of keep the old traditions alive. But here we have her bag. That's sort of like a vinyl material, and it's really cute. It says Skate Club on it, which you know this girl is going to grow up and be in roller derby. She'll be skating around, knocking girls down and punching them. I see that in her future, and I love that for her. So yeah, we'll put this on her shoulder, even though I know it's going to fall off like a million times with me doing this video. But you can see here, really cute. Yep, see, it's already fallen off. Should I do a counter for how many times this falls off? So yeah, anyway, super cute. She's got her vinyl purse. This, again, is very 2000s. I feel like she's going to go to like a pop punk or emo concert with this bag. All right, it keeps falling, so I'm going to take it off. Even though I think it's cute, it just is not going to stay on her while I'm like waving her around like this. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that they did this. I wish I had handy like a set of the original grin pins from 1995, because I actually probably have some in a box somewhere. But they included the doll size grin pins, which is so cool. From memory, I think these are the same size and packaged basically about the same way as the original ones were. So this is super cool. Great for play value. I wonder if everybody got the same grin pins. I think these are the ones I remember seeing, but yeah, so fun. This is so cool that they brought this back. I love all the like American Girl Today references they make in this line. So fun. Maybe this is my favorite accessory for Nicki. No, it's not. This is my favorite because how could you have a 90s doll without having... Is it creepy that I'm holding them this way? I feel like I'm burping a baby. What was I saying? You can't have a 90s doll without having a choker with a yin yang sign on it. I mean, hello. I think they did a really good job at referencing like all the like stupid stuff that we used to draw in our notebooks and wear on our clothes and stuff. And yin yangs were one of them. Peace signs, yin yangs, smiley faces. Like I said before, smiley faces with braces that I was really into for some reason because I did have braces. And unfortunately, I lost my retainer and my teeth got crooked again. So that's awesome. If you have braces, kids, be sure you wear your retainer afterwards. All right, let me see if I can get this on her. This is done with Velcro, so this should be fairly easy. I have to hold her like a football to get this on, but... It's hilarious to me that you guys enjoy those like hour-long videos of me dressing dolls because I think I might be the actual worst at doing it. Maybe it's for comedic effect, I guess. It's sort of like when you watch those shows like Hoarders to feel better about your life. Is that why you watch my videos? So you're like, well, at least I'm not as bad as that. This is really great. I actually love when American Girl dolls have chokers, like choker style necklaces that kind of hit right at the seam where their heads meet their torsos, because that's kind of an awkward place on a doll where it changes from the vinyl to the fabric. So this is a really great way to kind of hide that transition. So I love this for her outfit. And this will definitely be a staple in my doll collection. All right, I've got a million hairs all over the place. I'm trying to get them out of the way so this doesn't look so nasty. All right, there are a few hairs in there still, but you get the idea. Love, 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 love this necklace. Again, this is one of the details they put in here. I just think like, oh my God, I'm so glad they put this in because it really just, to me, drives home the entire aesthetic for this collection. I swear, I like her like 10 times more now that I have this necklace on. I would say if you're getting Nicki, maybe splurge on her accessories. I really feel like it kind of brings this doll to life. I love all these little details. Again, it's so quintessentially American Girl, and it really just ties her decade in with this. So I would say splurge on the accessories if you can afford it. We got her little mini like composition notebook journal. Again, I'm probably not even gonna flip through this. I still think I might sit down and do an in-depth video with these dolls because, like I said, I am surprised how much I actually love them. I thought this was just gonna be like, oh, fun to unbox for YouTube and relive the 90s or I guess 2000s. But yeah, I really think that they are going to be displayed prominently in my collection. Maybe I'll put them next to Julie because I still have Julie, or the Jan Brady doll, that, as we like to call her. But they might hang out with her for a little bit, I think. All right, and the final accessory we have are her sunglasses, which they basically look a little bit like Oakley's, but maybe with like cat eye shapes on the ends. Again, these are packaged really well. It's nice to actually get things where I don't feel like they were broken in the mail. It takes a little bit longer to open, and I'm so clumsy at doing this sometimes, but it is worth it because I feel like You know, it would suck to have to return all of this over like just one little broken plastic piece on the glasses. So yeah, I have to say everything made it all the way to Oregon from Wisconsin and nothing was broken. I will say that I complained about this on Instagram and it is not American Girl's fault. It's FedEx. We had a snowstorm here and I paid for express overnight shipping with these dolls. I was planning to film this video on a Thursday and have it up Friday morning. And I'm actually filming this on Tuesday night because they just got here. But again, that's FedEx's issue, not American Girl. They shipped this thing like within the hour of me ordering it, I feel like. Because I ordered these like the minute they were released. I actually woke up early to get them. I was so excited. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, these sunglasses are so cute. And again, I always struggle putting sunglasses and glasses on dolls because their wig caps always get in the way. That's just like a logistical thing you deal with, but not a major issue. You can always get them on with a little bit of finessing, or a lot in my case, because I am losing dexterity by the minute. This is the story of a girl who couldn't put her sunglasses on. All right, I'm probably giving her like 10,000 shine marks trying to put these glasses on, but I'm like absolutely determined because once I put Isabel's glasses on, I just like fell in love with her even more. All right, could I have done a better job of that? Sure, but let's see what we think. I think these dolls are so cool. Again, I've said it a million times. I'm probably going to have to edit the number of times I've said this out. So maybe this will be one that I keep in. But I really am so surprised at how much I love them because, as I've said before, my doll collection is pretty much like 1986 and 1987 Pleasant Company dolls. So I don't really bring a whole lot of new dolls into my house. So I don't know if this is going to convert me into like buying a bunch of new stuff. We'll see. But if I love everything as much as I love these dolls, I might actually start buying some newer things from American Girl because these are just so absolutely cute. I really do think I got so many rewards points by purchasing these because I spent like over $300 on all this stuff. I probably am going to end up with some rewards points. So I might actually buy the set with the Tamagotchi in it. I really, really want that mini Tamagotchi. So I might get that. I saw one pop up on eBay for like 20 bucks. So I might just buy just the Tamagotchi, but we'll see what happens. Over there digging for more accessories. Like there's more left, but that I think is everything on Nicki. Let me grab her. All right, where was I? Oh, let me grab her bag really quick. So yeah, let's have one last look at her with her meat accessories on because like I said, I think this actually brings this whole outfit together. I don't have her shirt on. I guess I'm being a little bit harsh with not having this on, but I really do think these accessories make this outfit. So if you were going to pick between, if you only wanted to get one accessory set for the two dolls, definitely get Nicki's for her because I really think that she looks so much better with it. But yeah, there's Nicki. And I just remembered I didn't look at her journal to figure out what her middle name is. Nicki P. Oh, I remember this now. There's some like Kill Bill thing going on where they're not telling us what her middle name is. I think the story is that she doesn't like her middle name, but I'm sure it will get revealed to us at some point. But as of now, I don't know if we know what Nicki's middle name is. All right, there's no way I'm actually going to be able to like easily tie this back on. I wonder, actually, this is one thing I was actually curious about. So I'm going to see if this shirt actually fits correctly. Because sometimes 18-inch doll shirts that are like meant to be tied around the waist, sometimes they make the sleeves a little bit longer so they will reach on the waist. Surely that's not the reason they made the doll skinnier because they were doing that with Claudia and everything too. So surely that's not the reason, but maybe the shirt arms will actually fit around her waist now that she's skinnier. Let's see. Yeah, actually you can see here. I mean, this, I haven't styled this to look nicely, but you can see that the shirt sleeves for this flannel shirt are actually like a good maybe inch longer than her fingertips. So you kind of have to like bunch it up a little bit to make the shirt fit. Let's see if that looks good to do. These actually have real functioning buttons on them, which is really cool. But that said, it's going to take me forever to get them buttoned, so I'm not going to do that. But this kind of gives you an idea of what it would look like to put her shirt on like over her dress like this. Now I've like wrinkled it to oblivion, but I actually think, you know, with a little bit of finesse, I think that actually would look pretty good. But yeah, if you're interested in getting this doll because you like the separates for her outfit, just know that this sleeve is like a little bit longer. So you're going to have to get a little bit creative with how you style it. But again, not a huge deal. I still think this looks good on her. It does fit her otherwise. But yeah, I'm going to take it off and like just take a second to wrap it around her waist because it kind of ties the two dolls in together. So I probably will, now that I'm thinking about it, keep her displayed with this on her to some regard because I think it's nice to kind of have that one little element because the fabric is the same on Isabel's I guess that's a skirt, on Isabel's skirt as it is to this shirt. So I think that's a fun little twin moment. So let's see if I can get this back on her real quick. Just like the 90s. You know, if I had a little bit more patience, I would actually probably go in and pull out her tendrils with the lighter bleached blonde color, like out the front to kind of, you know, I'm messing her glasses up, so I'm not even going to mimic it. But that's probably how I will ultimately style her, is I'll pull those blonde pieces out in the front. And again, I think I'm going to do the pigtails. I can't remember if I got cut off or not when I said that before. But the way they did her hair in the Meet Isabel, or is it Meet Isabel, her journal that came with her, I want to style her hair like that because I really think that looks good. And if I didn't say it before, I'm really glad that they didn't put her in pigtails to match the cover of that journal, because that kind of gives you the freedom of doing whatever you want with her hair, because a lot of people like me don't really like messing up original hairstyles. So like, for instance, like when you buy Molly, she comes with factory braids, and if you take those braids out, you can never get that doll to look like she did when she was brand new again. So that can be kind of a frustrating point if you want to play with your dolls, but you also want to keep them new looking. So I actually really appreciate dolls that basically don't have any styling in their hair at all. They just have their wig. They kind of come like these two dolls have, and you can do whatever you want with their hair, and then at the end you can brush it out and they can look brand new again. I love that. But yeah, it's going to be really fun to try and recreate this look. I think that is so freaking cute. I really like that style. So I'm going to try and do this, but again, off camera, because it will probably take me 2.5 hours. All right, and here they are together. Again, I'm trying to make sure I get them in frame so you can have kind of a good look at what they feel like to have in person and hold them, and what they look like in real life, because you know, you don't get a whole lot of pictures of them when you're buying them online, and dolls can vary so much just from doll to doll, even if they came from the same batch. But I have to say, they look so cool, and I am so excited that I finally have these in my hands. And like I said, I've said it a million times, they have exceeded my expectations in terms of quality, style. They just, you know, I think that they're going to be in my collection. They're not going to be something that I hold on to for a few weeks or a few months and ultimately sell. I really think that they're going to stick around for a while, and that is such a testament to the quality and the time and effort that American Girl has put into making such beautiful, cute, well-detailed dolls that remind us of our own childhood. And I think that kids are going to love these too. Honestly, I think they have a lot of great play value with all these extra pieces. They, you know, there's nothing so intensely 90s or 2000s about them that a young kid wouldn't relate to them. So if you're thinking about getting for your kids, I think do it, especially if you're somebody that's not a doll collector yourself, but maybe you kind of are interested in dolls and use your kids or nephews or nieces or other kids in your life as an excuse to buy dolls. Get these, because it'll be so fun to experience these if you were alive during this time period. They just, again, I can't say enough good things about them. Clearly, I'm sitting here like hugging them. So yeah, I actually have to say, I cannot pick a favorite between these two. I really thought Nicki was going to be just like my clear favorite when I got them, because I identify with her so much, because I was so much like her as a kid. I mean, I would say maybe I was closer to a teenager when I was, you know, starting to become a little bit more rebellious and listening to like, you know, alternative music. But I have to say, just in terms of aesthetics, I really think Isabel has such a great look to her. I mean, I feel like this is where you really notice the amazing quality that American Girl is capable of, just between the shoes and the proportion of her outfit. I can't get over how much I love this. And again, I love Nicki, but you know, for different reasons. And I have to say, I'm glad I got both. I think they look great together. They don't look exactly the same. They have enough differences, but you can still buy the story that they're twins. So again, I don't have very many negative things to say about these at all. So if you are on the fence about buying them, I would say just go for it. The worst that can happen is you can get them in the mail and decide, you know what, these aren't for me. And, you know, American Girl takes returns. So I say if you're interested in them, go for it, because I can't stop holding them. But yeah, I feel like if you're interested in them at all, I would say give them a chance, because I really feel like I am absolutely in love with these dolls. And they're probably going to have their own separate display at some point, because I wasn't sure how many of their accessories I was going to get. I think other than that Tamagotchi that I want so bad, I feel like I really want to get that computer desk. It just, especially the footage I've seen of people that have bought it and have been playing around with it, it's really, really cool. So I think that that's probably all I have to say about them today. I was hoping to keep this kind of short, so we'll see if I can edit this down some. But if you want to see more about either of these dolls, would you be interested in me doing a separate video for each doll where we kind of sit down and really look up close at every little detail on them and maybe talk about some of the references that I think that American Girl might have picked up on when designing these dolls? Just let me know if you want to see more of them, because I'm happy to talk about them and play with them some more. And as always, please hit the like button and leave a comment below, because all of those interactions actually really help my channel out. It helps YouTube know that you're enjoying this content, and it will help you find more content like this. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, because I make doll content on YouTube basically all the time now. So please join me for this absolute clown show that is my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'll be seeing you, but I hope not sporadically. Bye for now.